Okay, so update 20 is nearing upon us in bloxfruits, and it's got me hyped. There's a ton of new reworks as well as content changes coming to the game, which might make this the biggest update in bloxfruits history. So to keep you up to knowledge, I compiled a list of every confirmed thing coming to the game, and we're gonna go over all of it in this video. And it all begins on February 26, 2023. The official bloxfruits Twitter account tweeted this: "Attention all bloxfruits players. Over the past few months, our development team has expanded and has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to prepare for a new wave of massive updates for bloxfruits." Updates, not update. That's important. Now, under this tweet, they also gave us some sneaks on what's to come. The first one appears to be a Middletown rework, completely revamping First C. Now, don't quote me on that, but that's just what comes to my mind. We also have a UI rework, a social tab which shows player info, picture of your character showing your level as well as bounty. They also have some options at the bottom: my profile, allies, look up. This is a good quality of life change. Looks nice too. Next we got, I actually don't know what this is. I would assume cafe. You guys can see we have chairs right here. There's a bar in the middle. If this is cafe, that actually looks really nice because this is our current cafe. Yep, pretty boring, pretty outdated, but you know what I'm saying, it's all reliable. Moving on though, this next one was what got people hyped. We have a bunch of sword reworks right here. We have Wado, Shusui, and Wando. We have the cursed dual katana in the middle. I think this is the base katana at the top. They also added some of the more irrelevant ones. We have the trident right here. I think this is the dual edged blade, and then we have the long sword right here. So these swords are getting, you know, some love. They're getting reworks, which is nice to see because this is definitely in need of a rework. But that's not all, boys. They also tweeted right here: "We've been putting in crazy work to make the game the best it can possibly be. Outdated areas have been rebuilt entirely to match our quality standards. A complete interface rework is being worked on, which should make the navigation and gameplay more intuitive than ever before." And they gave us even more sneaks. A complete rework of Rose Kingdom. You guys can see right here. If you look at the corner, I think that's Green Zone, that big tree right there. New Twitter code UI. This is more of like a smaller quality of life change, but I mean, I definitely appreciate it because what we got right now is just a little too basic. Look at this. Like what is this? A new reward system. I have no idea how they're gonna roll this out or how this system is gonna work in update 20, but you guys can see you can earn money, fragments from this, even permanent fruits, and that is insane. The fact that you might be able to earn permanent fruits in game for free, they outdid themselves. A hot and cold rework. There's a new factory. You guys can see it's a completely new look. We can't see much of the lava side, but I'm liking what I'm seeing, especially since this is what we have right now. This is the current old tried and true hot and cold. I mean, it's all right, but the new hot and cold definitely stomps on this. But what else did we get? It said all outdated abilities will be receiving visual reworks. We already know swords getting reworks. Maybe they'll even throw in guns or fighting styles, older fighting styles. Outdated fruits such as Dragon and Control will also be receiving the reworks they truly deserve. This is a big one because Dragon and Control fans have been asking for reworks for the longest. I mean, just look at these skills: Heatwave Beam, Fire Shower, like Draconic Claw. Like, none of these skills are inherently bad looking, but they're definitely not up to the quality of like Leopard, Doe Awakening, or even the Love rework. And one of the more interesting sneaks we got was this one right here, an enhancement sneak. Based off of what I'm seeing, you appear to be able to upgrade fruits similar to how you can upgrade weapons at the blacksmith. You have to sacrifice a lot, like fragments and even fruits. But if this is what I think it is, it's going to be 100% worth it because it says right here you get a 20% damage buff as well as a 5% skill cooldown buff. This is going to change the game for PvPers. And the last sneak we got for this big tweet in February 26 are these scrolls. I don't know how they're going to tie this in update 20 or what they're going to do to add this in, but we have cursed scrolls, mythical scroll, legendary scroll, and rare scrolls. Again, I have no clue what they're going to do with this, but it's still definitely interesting. Now, after all this information, the bloxfruits page left us in the dark for a while. You guys can see you can scroll up for months on end and there's not really any new information. But if you go to Rip Indra's account, the creator of bloxfruits, you'll find something interesting. On August 11th, Rip Indra dropped this picture, which shook the bloxfruits community. You guys can see this is the Mammoth Fruit, which is a mythical zone used by Jack from One Piece. And the move it's doing actually looks insane. Like, look at the range, look at the AoE of that thing. This might be busted in PvP. This isn't the only sneak he dropped though. If you scroll up, he actually dropped a video on it, which gives us a full like actual range of this. Also, another important thing you guys can see right here, look at that mic right there above it. Voice chat's coming with the bloxfruits, bro. This is gonna be toxic. Moving on with the video though, you guys can see he's giving us a full 360 range of the Mammoth Fruit. It's full armor, beautiful glory. And look at that, that's a roar move. AoE looks nice on that as well. And the end there, I don't know if a lot of y'all caught on that. That looks to be an M1. He did a little like kind of charge thing right there. So the Mammoth Fruit would probably have M1s similar to like Leopard and Phoenix. And obviously we know from that sneak we saw earlier, the fruit's gonna have crazy AoE. And maybe it'll even have damage reduction similar to Buddha or like Dragon Form or Venom Form. This is gonna be fun, bro. There we have our one confirmed fruit we know for a fact is gonna become the Mammoth Fruit. I never expected he would have added that one, but hey, I'm all for more zones being in the game. And Rip Indra also tweeted out a while ago that the bloxfruits VFX squad has been going crazy reworking all these weapons for the next update. Every single sword will look 10 out of 10. Then he dropped a screenshot which shows all of the swords they're reworking. You can see they're reworking the pipe, gravity cane. This looks like Midnight Blade, Spiky Trident, True Triple Katana, Saber, Shisui. I think that's Koko, Wando, Ren Goku. They're pretty much reworking every single sword in the game, bro, which is insane because there's a lot of swords that need it. Like, just for an example, like True Triple Katana right here. This is one of the most tedious swords to obtain in the game, and it's garbage. Like, nobody uses this fruit. Did I say fruit? I meant sword. Skills are just severely outdated. They're not even that good. It's really just not worth using for the amount of effort it takes. But that is not it, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few days ago, Rip Indra dropped even more sneaks. He tweeted out, "Witness the transformation of seemingly forgotten weapons like the gravity cane as they emerge from obscurity with complete reworks. Even the underdogs like Saber have received crazy makeovers." And he dropped these two crazy screenshots. This right here is the gravity cane. Now, I don't know which move this is, but you guys can see it's a nice purple aura, a complete rework. It looks beautiful. I don't know if this is just a visual rework or if they're actually giving it a brand new move. Either way, it looks nice. And then we have the Saber. Now this, I know for a fact this is a complete rework, a new move, because Saber does not do anything like this. Like, look at this. This move looks insane. The nice aura, it's even like a dashing animation, so it looks like maybe like a stab or something. And just so you guys have an idea of just how like garbage the old Saber is, like, let me just show you this right here. We have Deadly Rush right there, and then we have Triple Slash. Like, this is one of the worst swords in the game. So that is definitely getting a well-deserved rework. And next up, we have this, a Dark Blade rework. Now, this one looks to be more subtle. It looks similar to the move we already have, just slightly bigger AoE. Just to show y'all what I'm talking about, I'm going to use the move right here, 1,000 Strikes. You guys can see right there. It looks fairly similar, but obviously the new one has way bigger AoE, and it looks better. Let's be honest, it looks better. This sneak right here also ties into the Dark Blade rework that we just saw. This appears to be another Dark Blade move. Maybe this will be the second one. I think this is an updated version of Dark Slash. If so, I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks nice. And the last official sneak we have up to date is one Rip Indra actually dropped 19 hours ago. You guys can see it's new updated Ren Goku Blade, which has more of the fire effects similar to, like, you know, how it is in Demon Slayer. And this right here is the pipe. If you guys zoom in real close to this guy right here, you can see he's holding the pipe, and this big fire AoE move is the pipe. I never would have thought that the pipe would be this fire. I have never used either of these two weapons, but this is a fire sneak. And there we go, another pipe one right here. They single-handedly made one of the worst swords in the game actually look nice. I can't believe it. Now, so far, that is everything that's 100% confirmed gonna come out in the update, but we're not done yet. There's still some more rumors. Recently, this picture surfaced the internet. It was a decal posted by scientists, which is, I think it's a dev in Blox. It's called Alaskan Bullworm. And why people are freaking out about this, because if you look at the picture and look right here, you guys can see it's an M. For those of you that know Blox, every single fighting style has that M in the lower left corner. So if you look at my fighting style right here, God Human, it has that M down there. And no matter what fighting style you switch to, that M will always be there. So about a month ago, Rip Indra also tweeted this. It was pretty much a completely unexplained picture. He was just showcasing the ability in Blox. But if you look at the ability right here, you guys can see it's like kind of like two worm looking things. And if you look back at this picture, it kind of matches up a little bit. It looks very similar. So I would not be surprised at all if this ability ended up being like a new fighting style. I'm not gonna lie. Now, the next thing I think is going to be coming to the game is the Kitsune fruit, otherwise known as Yamato's fruit. And there's two reasons why I believe this. Back in March, Rip Indra tweeted out, "I've been personally cooking up the next mythical fruit, which is set to rival the likes of Doe Awakening and Leopard in terms of power." And then he dropped this sneak, which is, it's very blurred, so it's hard to make out what it is. But you guys can see it's kind of like blue flames a little bit, or some sort of blue aura type ability, which looks very similar to the Kitsune fruit. Not only that, Rip Indra also made a post saying who would win of this clash of fan-made fruits, Celestial versus Kitsune, and Kitsune definitely won. This is also the picture of the Kitsune fruit, which if you look at the ability, it's kind of like blue aura a little bit, which is similar to the mythical fruit we just saw. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I definitely think everything points to that being the Kitsune fruit. And if so, then that means we'll be getting the Kitsune fruit in update 20. Let me know what y'all think. But ladies and gentlemen, that is everything we know about update 20, both confirmed things and rumored things to come. Comment down if y'all are hyped for update 20, or do you think it's going to be an overhyped trash update?